The Sims 4 came out on the 2nd of September this year to some mixed reviews. But what do I think of it? Of course, I got The Sims 4 on release day, so I have had plenty of time to write a good, lengthy review of The Sims 4. Let's get right into it. Just off the bat, when you open any version of the game, excluding Digital Deluxe of course, you find 2 discs inside of the box. The first is used for the large majority of the installation, but the second for like the last 15% of the install. Is this unnecessary, or what? Other than that, install is through Origin, which I actually like. No inserting the game every time you want to play it. And it's damn quick too. I was in game only 40 minutes after I started the install. Considering my computer, that was pretty damn good. Once you launch the game, you see how quickly the loading screens truly are, even on lower end PCs. I would estimate it takes about 5% as long as the loading screens took in The Sims 3. That was beautiful to see. The main menu is overall pretty nice. You get a glimpse into the GUI of the game, which looks all around pretty nice. It's also simple enough that you can figure out what you need to do right away. It's pretty amazing actually. So you get into Create a Sim. Here you can pick up and push and pull and anything. Anything! Yeah, so maybe that isn't the coolest thing ever, but you know what is? The styled outfits. Again, maybe not, but it makes my life pretty easy when I'm being a lazy shit, so there you go, win-win. I guess one bad thing about the Create a Sim is the amount of skin and hair tones we had to choose from. When looking at it, they are pretty limited. Not enough to please me, at least. At least we have a good set of base tones though, don't get me wrong, I'm not asking for a creative style or anything. Once you finish that, you have to move your family into a house, and as always, this is the first point when you get to see the map. You know what, the first thing I thought was, this is a damn small map. Luckily, they introduced 2 in The Sims 4, but still, when you remove the rabbit holes, you don't need to be rid of everything. Fill in the empty space, restore the actual size of the town. I think even the towns in The Sims 2 were bigger than this. On the other hand, these lots are a lot more compressed, and it does look okay, but still, no excuses. One thing that is good about having 2 towns in The Sims 4 is that you can go from town to town, without even having to, move your Sims into another town. You can just go there by traveling. Now that you own a lot, which, by the way, there are very few lots, you need to build yourself a house. I could go on for days about how good build mode really is. But it's one of those things you really need to see to believe. You get all the features from before, but approached in a completely different way. It's amazing, actually. Placing roofs has never been easier. I mean, they still look ugly as hell when I place them, but hey, they're easy to place. It can be a bit confusing at first though, since everything is different. You can't remove a single floor tile unless you isolate it as a room and remove that floor. Confusing. You can't place a single foundation unless you are placing a floor/deck/no walls room kind of thing. Confusing. You can't place wallpaper all around an area where there isn't wallpaper like in previous games. Confusing? No. Annoying? Absolutely. Live mode is different too. A lot of things are made easier in the game, and oftentimes it is too easy. Everything revolves around the phone to the point where you don't even need a newspaper. I guess it is evolution, but sometimes these features shouldn't be so easily accessed on a phone that you don't even have to pay anything for. Like, you're not even getting any progression, you just instantly have everything at the tips of your fingers. Even though I say that, the game is definitely a lot more difficult. You see, paying bills is much harder as it is a lot more expensive. And if you don't pay them, you lose power. Then water. It is really hard to live without these basic things. Unless you move into a bar. You won't even have to acknowledge it because you'll be, well, you know, yeah, drunk. Also, jobs tend to make a lot less money in the early stages, making it a struggle in the early days to survive. But it just adds to the fun of the game, which is very, very good. Other than that, you have so much more time in your day, whereas in previous games, 1 second in real time was 1 minute in game. In Sims 4, 2 seconds real time is 1 minute in game. This gives you double the time to do things in one day in The Sims 4. It doesn't sound bad, but when you're just waiting, time can really drag on in The Sims 4. A lot of other stuff has changed too. Sims are finally smart enough to walk around each other. Well, most of the time. I've only had a clipping issue with this once or twice. But it's good. Really good. Also, the lighting engine has been revamped, and it is so realistic, beautiful, and it's so wonderful. Now for the part I have neglected up until this point. Emotions. These emotions can be slightly annoying, but they are actually a fantastic feature in The Sims 4. They allow you to connect with Sims in certain cases. It also allows you to do things good or bad for your Sim dependent on their feelings. These feelings also produce whims, which are like wants but more dependent on feelings rather than the aspiration and traits the Sim has. It can really get in the way though. When the Sim wakes up and is uncomfortable because they need to pee, they pull a tantrum rather than sucking it up and going to use the washroom. But other than that, it is a good part of the game. That's pretty much all I've got time for right now. Damn, there is a lot to talk about though. Me personally, I give The Sims 4 9 out of 10. Sure, there are things that can make the game weird and sort of annoying, but the pros truly do beat out the cons in The Sims 4. I definitely recommend that you check it out. You can buy the Premium Edition, Digital Deluxe, Deluxe Edition, all those crazy editions, online, in-store, anywhere really, and I really recommend you do. But, more importantly, do you like The Sims 4? Why or why not? Let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to leave discussion topics down there as well. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit that like button. I really do love all the support. If you really love this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and get the newest videos right on your homepage, easy to see as soon as they come out. I know you want that. Feel free to follow my personal Twitter at @TheBenjaminFar, where you can see some personal tweets from me. Very, very personal. Or you can follow my SimSource Twitter at TheSimSource, and you can get some simming tweets. Very simming. Simming. And until next time, I've been SimSource, and happy simming.